So if you've got an email list and you've got a bunch of people on that email list who haven't opened one of your emails in a while, right? Like you probably got your active email list, which is the people who have opened an email in the past 90 days, and then that's one number. And then there's the total number of people who have ever signed up to your list, and that's a much bigger number. And some of those people who are in the whole list, but they're not in the active list, they haven't unsubscribed. You still have permission to email them. It's just not really a good idea from a deliverability standpoint to email those people with every single email that you send. And you can still email those people, and if you email them the right way, you'll make a lot of money. And if you email them the wrong way, it will screw up your deliverability. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you how to email them the right way so that you don't screw up your deliverability, and so you can get their attention and rebuild your relationship with them and hopefully sell them something down the road. So if you don't know me, my name's Theo Seeds. I run launches for course creators and coaches, anybody who sells any kind of information online. I've done 3 six-figure launches, including one that did over $316,000 in revenue, and more 5-figure launches than I can count. And so yeah, here's this. This is my video about how to reactivate your dead leads. So a dead lead is basically anybody who hasn't clicked on or opened an email in the past 90 days. They're not the best leads, but if you can reactivate some of them, it's free money. They'll go on your active email list. They might start engaging again, and they might start buying. And just in case you don't know, it's not a good idea to just email these people with every single email that you send, or even many emails that you send, because it'll mess up your deliverability. Some of these people, their email addresses probably don't exist anymore, and Google may have turned some of them into spam traps. And if you email too many spam traps, you start going to spam. Other people, it just looks bad to email like Google and Yahoo and Microsoft if you're emailing a bunch of emails that haven't opened one of your emails in a while. But you can reactivate these email addresses by sending them the right kind of email, and this is what I'm going to show you how to do. So you screw this up, it'll hurt your deliverability. So what not to do is email them all at once. If you email every single one of these people on the same day, then that hurts your metrics pretty badly. So Google, the way it thinks about this stuff is if you hit too many spam traps in one day, then you start going to spam. But if you hit the same amount of spam traps over a longer period of time, like a month or 2 months, then you're not going to get in as much trouble. That'll just, and it's like the difference between, it's like a big spike versus just like little bumps here and there. Google will ignore the little bumps, but if you compress them all into one day and they happen all at once, then you're screwing yourself and you're making yourself look really spam. So what you want to do is email them just a little bit, like take a few of these people per day and email them just little by little. You also don't want to send them a sales pitch right away. A lot of these people have forgotten who you are, and if they start just getting really spammy sales emails from you, they're going to mark you as spam, which is also going to make you look like a spammer to Google. So what you want to do is you want to email just a few of them every day, like I said. Maybe if you want to spread this out over the course of a month or two, you can send 1/60th of these inactives an email every day. This depends on how many inactives you have compared to how many actives you have. So ideally what you want to do is you want to send an email to your active list every single day while you're doing this to improve your daily open rate and your daily spam complaint rate and all the metrics that Google looks at to determine if you're a spammer. And then just add a few of these reactivating emails in the mix every day. And those reactivating emails can, you want to send different emails, and you want to, ideally you want to have about 5% of your daily send at most be these reactivating emails, just so that the bad metrics, the spam complaints and the unsubscribes and the spam traps kind of get lost in the noise instead of all happening at the same time. You also want to get people's attention, right? So this is less about looking good to Google, and it's more about looking good. It's more just about getting people to actually open your email so they get reactivated. The best way to do this is with a crazy from name and a curiosity-driven subject line. So the email marketer Justin Goff, what he would do with his reactivation email is he would put the subject line, or the from name was JG, so it wasn't Justin Goff. So if they were sick of Justin Goff, they didn't want his emails anymore, they would just see JG, and they would be like, who's that? And then the curiosity-driven subject line that he used was, I believe it was like addressing a recent rumor about me. And everybody loves gossip, so they were like, oh, I want to read what the rumor was. And it performed really well. Another story, I went to one of Justin Goff's conferences last year in January 2024. And Ian Stanley, another really famous, really well-known email marketer, was there. And he told this story about, or there was this guy who was like asking him, "Hey, I've got this list of Christian men who come to me for dating advice, or I think it was fitness advice, and I haven't emailed them in a while. How do I reactivate them?" And Ian Stanley was like, "Send them the subject or the from name God, and the subject line a message from my son." So really, it's just about like finding a cheeky trick to get them to open. And obviously, you want to do this in a way that doesn't come across as spammy, but it's okay to be a little bit spammy. So yeah, the subject sender name God. You can also, if you have a lot of emails that you've sent previously, you can steal whatever subject line has gotten the best open rates, or combine some themes from your best performing subject lines in the past, right? So if you can't come up with something really, really over the top or really cheeky. And then in the email, what you want to do is offer something valuable for free. You want to give them the most high value asset that you feel okay giving away for free. Give it to them for free. And then you want to include a giant unsubscribe link at the top of the email, because if they see that, then they are less likely to hit the spam button, basically, right? It's like, hey, if you don't want these emails anymore, I haven't talked to you in a while, it's fine, it's okay. If you want to hit this unsubscribe link, that's totally fine. I won't email you anymore. That reduces spam complaints, and the goal here is just to get spam complaints as low as possible. You also want to remind people who you are, and possibly why they're on your list in the first place, and what you talk about that is valuable to them. And then once they open an email, you want to put them into a reactivation sequence where you just send them more valuable content. And then at the end of the reactivation sequence, you can send them some sort of promo code or special offer, or some limited time. I like a limited time because it puts a deadline on things. It makes people want to buy now rather than later. So yeah, send them lots and lots of really great content, and then at the end, send them polite sales pitch, or really, really good content with polite sales pitches at the end, and some sort of limited time offer. The best way to run a reactivation campaign is to avoid needing to run a reactivation campaign. And it's one of those things where the best medicine is prevention. It's easier to, what's the medical phrase? Like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. There are a lot of people who they barely ever email their email list, and so they have a lot of people fall off their actives. And when they want to run an email promo, when they want to sell something to their email lists, they can't do it because they have to do this first, and their emails end up going to spam, and they get sent to the promo tab, and it's just a mess. So what you want to do is you want to email your list consistently, even if you have nothing to sell. Just send them some content at least once a week. I email my list every Wednesday. I have a habit out of it. Sometimes I'll write a bunch of emails in advance and then schedule them. But if you're not emailing your list once a week right now, and you have a fairly large email list, you're leaving money on the table. You're going to put yourself in a position where, if you want to run an email promo 3-4 months down the line, that promo is going to make a lot more money if you just send one quick, and it could just be a link to one of your YouTube videos or another piece of content, but send people something so they don't forget about you. And then when you send good emails, people open them and they don't become inactive in the first place. So if you want me to run one of these reactivation campaigns for you, or you want me to send good emails to your list right now with a sales pitch at the end and with some sort of special offer so that you don't have to reactivate these people down the road, you can go to theoseeds.com. I'll put the link in the description as well, but you can just type it into your browser right now. It's what is that, 13 characters? And you can learn all about my commission-only promo offer. And anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and take care.